This video demonstrates installing and using for the first time Sysgem Access Gateway and SysMan Remote Control. Here is a typical configuration. The remote control client, or GUI, runs on the workstations of IT staff. Desktops on Windows servers or user workstations can be viewed and controlled from SysMan. If access is required from outside the LAN, then the access gateway is used to make the connections.
As part of the demonstration, we will use two Windows systems. To help differentiate between them, we will refer to them as the blue system and the red system. On the blue system, we will install Sysgem Access Gateway and SysMan Remote Control. On the red system, we will install the Access Gateway Remote Connector. When the installations are complete, we will use SysMan Remote Control on the blue system to connect via the Access Gateway to the Windows desktop of the red system in order to view and control the red desktop.
Let us now install the first component, the Access Gateway, on the blue system.
We read and accept the license agreement and press Next.
We will install the Access Gateway server, the Access Gateway client, i.e. SysMan, which is also used as the gateway management tool, and the Access Gateway documentation.
We give a name to identify this particular gateway. For example, it could include the company name. And also bear in mind that we may want to have more than one gateway installed on the network.
Because we asked for SysMan to be installed as the gateway client and management tools, a reminder prompt is displayed. We press Yes to start the download of this component. It will be ready for us to install when we have finished with the gateway installation. The Access Gateway installation runs to completion.
Now for the second installation, the SysMan client. Remember that this is also being installed on the blue system.
We read and accept the license agreement for SysMan and press Next. We press Install and start the installation.
The second installation is now complete. Notice that a desktop icon has been added as a shortcut to start SysMan. We will not launch SysMan immediately, as we will now move to the red system and install the remote connector on that system.
The third kit to be installed, the Access Gateway Remote Connector, has been downloaded from the website onto the red system. Again, we read and accept the license agreement.
We accept the two components needed for the remote system, the connector and the server.
Please note that the remote control server is only used to connect the SysMan client directly, i.e. without the access gateway being involved. If it is only required to connect SysMan through the gateway, then only the remote connector needs to be installed on the red system. Before anyone can gain access to a system, they need access credentials. IT staff normally have administrator access anyway, but we can provide another password here that can be given to someone who is not an administrator and would not otherwise have access to the system.
The default server option settings are normally sufficient. The user documentation should be consulted before changing these settings.
We are now ready to install. We press the Install button and the installation procedure will run to completion.
An icon has been placed on the desktop, but by selecting the Start Remote Connect Now button, it will run automatically after the installation window has been closed. We press Finish and the Access Gateway registration wizard is displayed.
We register with the access gateway that is installed on the blue machine by typing the machine name or IP address and pressing Next. The name that was given to the gateway as it was installed is shown in the registration form. We need to select whether it is just for ourselves or for any user of this red system. We then press Finish.
The remote connector is now ready for use. Press Start Session to establish a link to the gateway to allow others to view and control your desktop.
A connection has been made and a short access code has been displayed. IT staff on the blue system will ask for this access code.
Now we move back to the blue system and we start the SysMan client.
Because this is the first time SysMan has run on this system, and because it has also found that an access gateway is installed here, it automatically registers it. A confirmation is shown to inform us of this fact.
By selecting the Access Gateway in the SysMan Explorer tree and starting a current sessions window, we can see a list of connections that are available through that gateway. The one started on the red system is shown and identified by its access code.
We double-click on the session entry. A remote control window opens, prompting for credentials to access the red system. Normally, IT staff would have access permissions anyway, but in this demonstration we typed the password that was entered when we installed the remote connector software on the red system.
The login is successful and the desktop of the remote system is displayed and can now be viewed and controlled by the SysMan user.
In the next video, we will show how to use the one-click connector to connect to the gateway and thereby avoid having to install any software on remote systems.